Okay, I'm back. Took a short break. I'm probably going to leave this rather thick just because I'm kind of worried that it's not a flexible material. I can't bring it down to a lot of, I can't bring it down a lot. See, it doesn't sound like other chert. So that tells me that's probably not as flexible, and it'll snap in half if I go too thin. Okay. Yeah, if it has a better tone, I can't tell you if it's higher or lower, or the frequency is higher or lower. I just know that the quality of the tone sounds better to me with high grade chert than it does with lower grade chert. I don't know why it sounds better. It just, or why this sounds worse than the other stuff. It just has the better stuff has a better tone. That's all I can say. Yeah. And when it has a better tone, then I can be more adventurous. But when it has a tone that's not that great, then I gotta be careful and think to myself, I gotta leave it thick just in case. Okay. Let's see how it pressure flakes. Try to get my tools organized a little bit. Okay, let's see. Okay, I see. I switched to a shorter because I can get more leverage with a shorter one. Shorter tip on there. Yeah, I'm closer to the workpiece with my hands. For some reason, with a longer point on it, I can't get as much force into the pressure flake. Maybe I can later. I've been trying to figure out what exercises I can do to improve my pressure flaking muscles. Yeah. And I think I did do some, like a few days ago, I think I overdid it on the wrist things. I've been trying to improve my wrist health and the strength, and trying to build up some ligaments, I guess. But every time I try to exercise to improve my wrists, they get worse. I gotta figure out what to do. Okay. I'm going to have to percussion this. Yeah, I can't get enough pressure. A combination of things. One, my wrists are sore from trying to improve the strength on my wrist, and also because the material is a little bit tough. Okay. Yeah, much easier. Much easier. I got two tips on this rod. This is a mild steel rod, 3/8 inches diameter. There's a kind of a pointy tip, and then there's a kind of a rounded tip. I say kind of because it can't be too pointy, or it's not, and this one's not perfectly rounded. Okay. Okay, let's see. I wasn't at the base. Yeah, even with percussion, it's a little bit stubborn. But it's the quality of it is not that bad. It's still, I still think the quality is pretty good. It's just a little bit inconsistent in some areas. Yeah, like right there, it's really crunchy right there. Because of the cortex, there's still some of it right there. Okay. Okay. It works a little bit better if I put a little bit of pressure before I strike. Okay. I normally don't do that, but on this one, yeah, it seems to work a little bit better if I put some pressure on before I strike. Even though that's a step fracture right there, that's just something else. That's because I was hitting into an area that was already step fractured, hoping that I could blow it out, but it didn't. It didn't go. Sometimes you can scoop in underneath the step fracture, but that one did not scoop underneath. Yeah, much easier to use percussion than to use pressure on this. So it's possible I could just do the whole thing with percussion. Yeah. So yeah, what I'm gonna take the pressure flaker and try to pop that out in a minute. So you can see just a little bit of trimming, it makes it straighter and more regular. That's what I call regularizing. So I did not need to go with the flow too much with this one. I was thinking there for a little while that I might need to just have it to be curved in certain areas just because I can't thin it down because of the inconsistent spots. But it might cooperate. It might cooperate enough so that I can get it straight and flat at the same time. Okay. It grinds down well, so that's a plus. I don't like having to grind and grind and grind and nothing happen. I lose my train of thought. All right, so that was a bad spot that I was hoping that would go away. And it's pretty gone for the most part. I'll clean it up a little bit in a little bit. I'll clean it up in a little bit. This is a critical area because I can't thin it down too much in the center because that's what's keeping it from breaking, but I can't leave such a big old lump there either. Now, when is the best time to attack this? How do I know it's thin enough on the ends? I don't know when it's the best time, and I don't know if it's thin enough on the ends. I'm just guessing. And once it gets thin, or starts to get thin, a lot of times I have to depend upon luck to get me further than this. Yeah. Thinning, especially extreme thinning, depends a lot on luck. Okay. I'm not doing extreme thinning on this, I'm just saying. But any kind of thinning beyond what you think you can normally get requires some luck. That was good. That got rid of some of that crunchiness. Now, can I get rid of the rest of it? That's the thing. And I just installed another step fracture. Where was it? Yeah, that one there. I think I can pressure that out. So I need to pressure flake this out and that one. We'll see what happens. If I can't, then I'll have to figure out a way to send in a percussion flake or just leave it in. Let's see. I think it did it. But yeah, it's kind of steppy. See, that flake went in two directions. That way and that way. From this one little spot. Just that one little bitty spot. It went in two directions. And it would have been a better flake if it wasn't for that concreteness. The concretey area right there. Yeah. Okay. I was thinking on the way over here to my friend's house, what kind of points can I make that are original, that are not in the archaeological record? I was thinking of different designs just so I could stay awake. And I was thinking there's a lot of notch variations that I don't think have been done in the archaeological record. So I think most of the originality can come about through the notch work. Yeah. There's a lot of variations in the notches that I can think of that I haven't seen, although as soon as I expose them on my channel, I bet you someone's going to say, hey, that looks like a blah, blah, blah. Or that looks like a blah, blah, blah. And I'll have to think of something else. But I think that would be a good thing to explore on the videos. Yeah, you know, originality in the designs. I guess I'm still going to do reproductions of stuff that is in the archaeological record, but I'd like to explore original designs as well. Am I going to do an original design on this one? I don't know about this one. Okay, so I got out the major step fractures. I still have one there. It looks kind of bad, but we'll see. I could probably send in a flake from another direction. Maybe not from this direction because there's a concrete there, but I might be able to come up through here later on. Send a flake in through that way. I don't want to get too adventurous and go that way and try to get the back of this. Maybe 2 flakes. 1, no, I don't know. We'll see. It's as thin as I want to go. I don't want to go any thinner than this, but to get it smoother, I'm going to have to run some more flakes. Anyway, it's time to do some more pressure flaking if I can. Yeah. It's less risky than percussion. But it doesn't always work if the material is hard to pressure flake because it just requires a lot of force. The force won't break the point, it just makes you tired. And you don't want to get tired as you're doing the delicate work. That's the last thing you want. You want to be energetic and full of optimism when you're doing the very delicate work. You don't want to be doing it when you're tired. Okay. Fatigued, I should say. Okay. All right, let's see. How long is it? 4.5. It was 5 and something earlier, or an even 5. I don't remember. By 1.5 inches. It's getting pretty narrow. Let's see. I don't want to go thinner, but I think I am gonna go a little bit thinner. But first I'll pressure flake it all the way around. Okay, so it's just a matter of waiting for me to pressure flake it all the way around before I go on to trying to thin it more. Now I can try to thin some of it with pressure flaking, but I have a lot more success thinning with percussion. So I'm not even going to try to thin, except maybe at the tip. I'm not even going to try to thin with pressure. I'm just getting the edge ready for more percussion. Not on the tip, in other areas. The tip I can try to thin it down with pressure, yes. But not too much. Not too much thinning because then I'll snap the tip off. I'm getting it set up for some percussion flakes As I can see, there's still too many lumps in it. And the percussion can remove the lumps much easier than the pressure flaking. All right. I'm setting it up by grinding it a lot. If I didn't care about the lumps, it would have already been pretty close to being done already at the tip. Now, I have to put a little bit of pressure because it seems to work better with a little bit of pressure, but then that runs a risk of slipping and then me hitting the workpiece. So it's very critical that I be very careful. Oh, I know what. Instead of using the big old abrader, I'm going to use the file. I am going to make a set of tools specifically for the tips of the bifaces or the tips of the workpieces. I am going to do it because I'm finding that I have to change my mindset entirely on the tip portion from the rest of the point. So I'm just getting rid of the lumps. Try not to get step fractures. File, file, file. Why is the file important? Because it gives me a little more control over how much I take off. But see, I strengthen the edge too much and I get a bite taken out. Can't strengthen the edge too much. Yeah. Another little bite. Oh well. I know how much I need to strengthen the edge, but it seems to be a little bit too much for the edge to handle, but I think I can lose some width. I just need to get some good strategic cosmetic flakes. Oh, that almost did it. That almost hit the back side of that step fracture. Almost. But you see, it does take out bites. Let's see. Where else was I going to try? Let's see. Oh, they didn't go anywhere. Let's see if it did it. Oh, it hit right up against it. Let's try and hit it again. Might not work because it's just a little bitty platform. Come on. That's just really, really tiny. But it might work. I just broke up the flake. I might be able to pressure flake that out of there. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I gotta back way up because my knuckle's gonna hit that. With a long piece like this, I gotta watch my fingers or my knuckles. Come on. Why don't I take the Notch-O-Matic and hit it that way? Because I know it'll dive if I do that. This is an area also that's kind of stubborn. If I hit it with the Notch-O-Matic, it'll either scoop out too much or it'll dive in and cut the piece in half. Because I'm right in the center. See how it wants to just be a little pest right in the center. I don't think it's going to let me do it. No. I'll have to take another flake, probably from here. If I want to get rid of it, which I do, I'll have to take a flake right through the worst part. I already tried everywhere else. This is the last resort. This is the worst part that I could possibly take the flake from because there's concrete there. This whole area on both sides is a trouble spot. If I want, yeah, I do want to take that out because it just doesn't look right. On a cosmetically made piece, which is what I want to do. I want to show how to make it nice and smooth, if possible. Okay. So yeah, I'm not going to try to thin it anywhere else anymore, except maybe down here. So let me just finish pressure flaking the sides, the edges. I was going to go around the whole thing earlier, but I decided to stop and pause to do some lump removal. But now I'm going to go around the whole thing. Yeah, some of the edges not prepared well. Oh well. So blurry. I removed one of the lens protectors from the front here because they've got lenses down here, but they got a protector, like a piece of round glass over each lens. And one of the lens protector things was cracked a lot, so I just removed it. After I removed it, I lost that ghostly shadow, but then I lost some of the focus control. It goes in and out of focus a lot now. So it's fine right here, but once I start pressure flaking, sometimes it goes out of focus, which is exactly the wrong time to go out of focus. Yeah. Okay, so let me see. Doesn't seem to be getting any better as far as opportunities. Sometimes I can see an opportunity after pressure flaking around the whole edge. I can start seeing avenues into where I can shoot some cosmetic flakes, but I don't know. It does not look too promising. This is when it's not too promising and I try to get something out of it, that's when it breaks. But I'll try where it's safest. How's that? And if I can't get it, I'll just leave it in. All right, so there's a lump here. There's a lump right there. There, that was good. If I can do that on the other side too, that would be awesome. Now, do I need to take one here? I don't think I need to get rid of that, although it would look nice if I did. Because there's a, oh, I don't know. I think I might just leave it. Yeah. I'll leave that side alone, and then I'll try to tackle this right here. So I move the edge that way. Knock off all the delicate areas, and then I file it down even more. And hopefully, cross my fingers, no more big bites taken out. Because I'm going to hit it pretty hard. Two avenues of approach. One through here and one through there. Neither one looked that good. But I'm going to try the one with the best material in it first. This is all crunchy in here, but this at least has some of that's good material. So let's see if that works. Already 35 minutes. Okay, let's see. Did it do it? Oh, look at that. I think that's enough for me to get in there and pop that out. Let's see. Not that way. Okay. It wouldn't go earlier, but now I think since it doesn't have any strength to the back of that step fracture, I might be able to pop that out. Yeah. There you go. So now I don't have to do this avenue of approach. I'll leave that step fracture in right there. And I might shoot another short percussion flake to clean that out, maybe. So it doesn't look as crunchy. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. Just a shallow, short percussion flake. Oops. See, I can't be doing that, because if I do that while I'm striking it, I hit the workpiece. Little shallow, short percussion didn't do well. How about that one? It's okay. It doesn't seem to look that much better than before. It's all right. So that's it for the thinning and removing of the lumps. That one looks like it's going to stay in. This one here, I was not able to pressure flake that out. I can make it more narrow here and then shoot flakes into these lumpy areas. Lumpy area here and here, but I don't know. Let me see. Still too long for me to do any pressure flake repair in that area. I can't reach that with a pressure flake. Either one of them. I can't smash through there. I can't do it. I'm going to have to work on the strength of my pressure flaking muscles or whatever, so I can do those. But for now, I'm going to percussion that. See how it works. Yikes. Okay, that was good. Let's see the next one. Okay. Ooh, I dug into that really deep. Luckily, it was okay. All right. Okay, 38 minutes. I'm going to cut it there, and we'll continue on the next one.